know where you're at in the world. I don't know your name. I don't know how old you are. I don't know what your ethnicity is. I don't know a single thing about you. But I do know one thing, and that is the reason why you clicked on this video. Now, I'm going to talk a little about my experience with early high school, and then I'm going to try and give you the best knowledge and advice possible that I wish I had before I went. So I'm going to first start off with my story. This was probably early ninth grade, maybe about a week or two into ninth grade. And a few of my buddies, I went to a very first football game actually, and I was talking to some friends. I was hanging out with a few girls, and this girl, we'll call her Shelly. Shelly, yeah. So Shelly walks up to me and she says, "Hey, what's going on?" And then me and my friends were waiting in line because they had concession stands. We were just trying to get some food. She said, "Hey, what's going on?" I'm like, "Nothing much. I'm about to just go get some food." She's like, "Do you want to come try this?" And I was like, "What?" And then she flashed her sleeve and showed me I think it was a blue raspberry Breeze Pro. She showed me it, and she was like, "Come here." So I told my friends, I was like, "Okay," because I was curious at the time, because I've seen them, never tried them before, but I thought it would be a good decision. So as I walk over behind the stands, we start chatting a little bit, and I'm like, "How's everything going?" Right? Because we were close friends at the time. And as we're chatting, we walk over behind the bleachers. Now, our football stadium was huge, almost like a college football stadium, but like a size under, if that makes sense. It was huge stadium, right? It wasn't really a stadium. It had a really big bleachers, hold up to 3,000 people probably. It was not 3,000, maybe 1,000. It was massive though. And so we were sitting behind the bleachers, and this is where everyone went to do shenanigans or whatever. I didn't know this at the time because I only went to the middle school football games, so I didn't really care much about football that much until I started going with friends, talking to girls. And so we're behind the bleachers with another buddy. We'll call him Dylan. So Shelly is walking over, and I see Dylan, and I say what up to Dylan. Dylan was one of those cool kids that weren't not a cool kid. He was kind of like a jock, but he was really, really nice. He was like a gentle giant. We liked him. He was a cool guy. So I walk over to him, and he's acting a little funny, and I'm like, "You all good, dude?" He was like, "Dude, I'm so high right now." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And then Shelly starts laughing, and I'm like, "What's going on?" And then another buddy of mine, well, not buddy of mine, friend of Shelly's, walks over, and he starts giggling, and he opens up this fanny pack, and he shows me maybe 10, 12 of these little red circles. They were about that big. They were kind of the size of gushers, but a little more circular and flat. And now I knew what they were because I could literally smell it because he had it this close to my face. So I was like, "Oh shoot, okay," and I was kind of playing along. And so he asked me if I wanted one, and I said no thanks, right? Because I was thinking, "Oh, I don't have to do all that. I can just vape, just try it." He's like, "All right, whatever." He's like, "All right, man, whatever, pussy." Just stuff like that. And then Shelly pulls out her sleeve and she starts hitting her breeze. And she asked me if I wanted to hit it. And then she kind of like convinced me. She was like, "Oh, it's really smooth. It gives you a nice relaxation feeling. It's not that addicting. People are just like get addicted super easily for no reason. It's not that addicting." And I was like, "Okay." So I hit it. And then the next day in school, I hit it again. And then the next day in school after that, I would go on to hit it again. I would meet new people in the bathroom. They'd be like, "Oh, try this vape, try this vape, try this vape." Hit another one. About a month goes by, and I was a vapor, because I called it. But yeah. And then 2 months rolls by, and I started to not get that relaxation feeling anymore. And when that 2 month mark hit, I wanted to start trying different things. Now I had a friend, we'll call him Craig. Craig was basically like my teacher in this kind of situation. He would always show up to school with something new. He was like, "Yo, try this vape, blah blah blah. Try this." Yeah, he actually made me try chew one time. It was quite an experience. I threw up. Not good. Alright, that's besides the point. But so, what was I saying? I got myself off track. Oh yeah, and so the buzz, or the relaxation feeling, whatever you want to call it, it stopped working for me. Like it would still, I'd get it in the morning, just didn't happen as much as I wanted it to anymore. Which is why I started to expand into different things. Like, then I started moving on to disposable marijuana pens, or carts, whatever you guys call them. And I started smoking those with my friend Caleb in school. I would go to the bathroom before first hour, because we had 20 minutes of free time before class started. I would go into the bathroom, we would smoke, and then I would go back to class. And I would probably be just like baked for like 3-4 hours until lunch came around. And then when lunch came around, I would go back into the bathroom and do the same thing. And then when I got home, no one was home till like 6. And I got home at 2. So every day I got home, got to chill out off my high. And yeah, life was good, you know what I mean? And life's good, you know what I mean? But then 3 months rolls around, and I met this girl. Now, this girl, she was really pretty. I really liked her. We caught up a few days ago. It's pretty weird. We're completely different people than we were. It's just insane to see how different you change throughout high school. Like, even like, you are gonna change so much throughout high school. It's an insane. If I showed you a picture of me from 7th grade and now, it's crazy. There's like almost no resemblance. It's just, you change a lot as a person. And yeah, I mean, the smoking virus, whatever they're calling it, is, everyone's gonna get it. It's gonna happen to everyone. People that I knew in 9th grade that I thought would never, you know the people you look at and you're like, nah, not even when they're adults they're not going to. That kid that you saw sitting down in the corner by himself, eating an apple before class, junior year, he's hotboxing the bathroom, right next to the office, hotboxing the bathroom right next to the office, does not care. It gets everyone. But you can avoid it. You can avoid it. How are you gonna, the only thing you can avoid it. The only thing that you have say no. Just say no. When someone offers you something, no. Just say no. Don't try it. It's not worth it. There's so many different things that you can be doing to better your time throughout high school and better yourself. It's just not worth it. Because I'm going to tell you a simple dilemma that will change your whole headspace in your mind. When you try and rush things, because you're not allowed to smoke and drink until you're 21. The reason why is because it literally stops your brain from growing. So if you get addicted to marijuana when you're 16, smoking from your 16 until, let's say, you quit when you're 25, you're still going to be mentally 16 because you don't let your brain grow. Now, I know most people are like, I don't fuck, I don't care. I'm so mature right now. I'm gonna tell you another thing. When you do bad things, our mind isn't fully developed as children, and you will never think ahead when in just a random situation. You're not gonna think ahead unless you have a lot of willpower. You need to think ahead. Because all you think is now, let me go steal this vape from my mom. I'm not thinking about the consequences. The only thing that I'm thinking about is the buzz. That's not right. Then when you start becoming like actually addicted to it, and it's not you trying it and just messing around and having fun, it's now become an everyday thing. Like, let's say you smoked weed one time to have fun. Right? You smoke it to have fun. It implements fun. It does. Marijuana does make you feel good. It makes you have more fun. It makes everything interesting. Gives you feelings of euphoria. It can make your vision blurry. It can make your head feel weird. It can make your body tingle. There's a lot of different things that marijuana can do. And the thing about it is, just be a person that you want to be, and don't do anything that's just thrown at you right off the gun, because that's what I did. And I'm in grade 11 now, and I'll tell you how smoking, drinking has drastically affected my life. I would say about maybe 40-50% of friends that I had and people that I knew, actually no, more like 70% of the people that I knew and talked to every day, I do never talk to anymore. I've burned so many bridges. There's a lot of people that don't trust me anymore because I let my addictions get ahead of me, and I let it affect me in a negative way. And it made me want to start getting it as fast as possible. Stealing it from someone. Stealing money to buy it. It's such a horrible thing that almost 80% of high school kids go through every year. Not even 80, almost 90 now. And the only thing I have to say is just say no. Just say no. It's the only thing you have to do. Just don't let it get to you. Because eventually, when you let it control your life, you won't have a mind anymore. The only thing you will think about is, how will I get this drug? How can I get this drug? Next thing you're thinking about, the only goal, how can I get this drug? Oh, I'm out of it. I'm going to be out next week. How can I get more? And then it's just a lost cause at that point. So quit before the point of no return. It's not worth it. But thank you for watching. And just know that people will help you. Your parents, you can talk to your parents. Teachers, I've talked to teachers about it. Just say no.